Happy Monday, everybody. It's me, Maris, and it's a magical Monday. It's so pretty outside. I love this day. And we're using the Medicine Woman deck. Yes. I did a reading with her last week, and it was just a little bit on the odd side. I will not deny. Yeah. In fact, I think it was like the last reading that I have posted up there. Was the Medicine Woman deck. So if you're just catching in, do me a big favor. Love this video. Comment where you're watching from. And don't forget to subscribe, follow, and share. And again, we're using the Medicine Woman deck today. I wanted to kind of get them a little bit shuffled up. Maybe changed out a little bit. And let's do a quick, hold on. Let's do a quick smudging. And look at this, check this out. I actually have a match. And it actually works, yay! I had like some boxes of matches that were just an absolute nightmare. Now I've been working today, so there's a lot of high vibes in my room. So I am using a Dragon's Blood Sage. You can see it's a little bit on the red. So what they do is they take the white sage and they, don't want to burn myself, and they run it or they dampen it, and then they put it in the Dragon's Blood. So it's covered in the Dragon's Blood. So we have a little combination here. So here's some smudge for you with the Dragon's Blood Sage. And of course, for our deck of cards. And then for myself, I always have to smudge my mouth so that I speak with integrity when I do the readings, and just give you another little quick smudge. Again, we're using the Medicine Woman deck. Hey, Serena, how are you? And let's just see what she has to say about this week, the Valentine. I mean, we've had a lot of crazy things. Lots of crazy things. From UFOs, wink, wink, right? Yeah, from UFOs to Super Bowl to the weather is just like, hey, Christy, how are you? The weather is just amazing, and it's like February, and normally we think about it being cold, and how many of us have been walking around in short sleeves? I've seen several people wearing shorts, and I'm always giggling when people have shorts on and it's really cold. I'm like, how do you do that? There's no way I could do that. I mean, but if it's like 65 degrees, I mean, that's like a cold front to me. I'm good at anywhere from 80 to 100. Alright, so she's like kind of just, I'm like, come on, talk to me. Give us some, okay, there we go. I like the way that, and I know it's kind of like they're broken up into different decks. Or different suits, I guess, on this. So it's like some of them have different color cards. And I'm like, and I know that we've got something more than 3. Because I'm only showing 3 cards right now. So. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, there's that. There's that. Okay. Those. And A, B, C. 1, 2. 3. Okay. Let's just make sure that we don't have anything else. Okay, that one. All right, now was just actually I saw this headline. I'm like looking, doing these, and I looked over, and it's talking about the sister wives, and I guess the mother, or Mary, Meri, I guess that she's allegedly not going to be doing very many appearances in the next season that's coming up. And I'm like, I think she divorced that dude, Cody. I think she divorced him or whatever, but she terminated the spiritual marriage. So I'm like, yeah, I would probably think if she's terminated the spiritual marriage with Cody and the sister wives and etc., that yeah, they probably would write her off the show, So with that in mind, I thought that would be kind of interesting to try to figure out how would, it's like people really, I guess maybe some people do want to see the turmoil in their relationship, but I don't think that I would want that turmoil. And if I was going through such things, I don't know. I don't think I would want them on the news or on the media or whatever. It's like, those are really personal. And I kind of feel sorry for them. But, some people enjoy their life being so blatantly out there. Yeah, I'm like, maybe if it was all good stuff, I'd be cool. But, when we go through really sad things, I don't think very many of us want everybody and their mother to know. So, without further ado, let's take a look at the cards that are coming in. And it's interesting because our first card here is Mother Earth. And we're using the Medicine Woman deck. And so Mother Earth, and I'm going to say, is things coming together in this. Things coming together. So it's this energy of things. Hey, Jack, how are you? Of things, trends, currents, life, whatever. Things coming together. And many things may be considered separately, but coming together as one. Coming together as one. I like that energy. Now our obstacle, and I'm going to say this, our obstacle here is about being hesitant for growth. Being hesitant for growth. And what we can look at on this is thinking about how we'll talk about how we want change, or we want to implement change, we want to do things to change, but we're kind of spinning our wheels in the same place because we're hesitant about doing something or feeling something that we're not accustomed to. And usually when you think about change, it's going into something different that you are not accustomed to. It's like uncharted over here, uncharted territory. So our even though we know that in Mother Earth things are going to be coming together in that whole, many paths together, we're a little bit on the freaked out side of it. Let's take a look at that again. Because it is something that we do not know. We don't know. We haven't experienced it. It's kind of freaking us out thinking about doing something or feeling something new. All right, so that is our obstacle. Now our help, and I'm going to say this, our help is our desire to change. Our personal power. We want change. We want something different. We want to feel different. We want to look different. We want to behave differently. We want something differently, regardless of the fact that in the same breath, or maybe the next breath, we're freaked out about that change. Okay, so that freaking out of the change is kind of what's holding us back. But what is kind of still pushing us forward, pushing us forward to do this is our desire to feel and experience something new. To feel and experience something new. And where is this all going to lead us to? And this is talking about deep listening. And I'm going to say, what is deep listening? Deep listening is when you are pretty much in a state of silence. Okay? My friend and I were talking, and we were like associating it more with the fact that we're getting a little bit older. Okay? And we were like, because I was telling him I drive an hour and a half to come into work, here in the city, and that I turn off the radio. And during that time, I am in silence. So I do a lot of what I'm going to call deep thinking. Sometimes if I have no idea of what I'm going to be thinking about or whatever, I will just start reciting some prayers or poetry, something along the lines of something that I have memorized by heart. Being an old Catholic girl, I got a whole bunch of prayers, and I just kind of start getting my energy going and working up to where I want to focus. If there are particular things that I want to bring into my life, I use this time. And so it's this deep connection with myself. And so when we look at this card is encouraging us to do some of that deep listening time. Whether you are sitting in your living room, on your couch, or you're on the edge of your bed, or you're in your backyard, regardless of where you go to do this, it's really important for you to do this deep listening. And it's don't have to listen to your chant music. You don't have to listen to anything at all. You can listen to Mother Nature, listen to the birds, listen to the wind, listen to the bubbling in the brook, whatever it takes. But this is about just listening. Now, sometimes if I'm not getting this message, etc., I'll just start praying. And you know what? Within a couple of minutes, my mind is like already off, and I'm listening. I'm getting that download, that message of, okay, this is something good to work on, to empower yourself, to clear yourself, to heal yourself. So I enjoy that time quite a bit. So this is about that deep listening and connecting in. Do this every day. Every day you need to take that time. All right, so this one right here, I'm going to say, has to do with some of our personal relationships. And it's the authenticity card, but you see that it is upside down. And the message that I'm getting through this when I'm looking at this card isn't about our inability to be authentic for ourselves. It is about our inability to see the authenticity of others, especially people that are in our network, that are in our vibe tribe. We're not paying attention to the truths that are being given us, but we are choosing to, and I'm getting it like this, but we're choosing to fill in the blanks in a manner that appeases our soul. So we're not paying attention to the authenticity that is being given to us, but we are choosing to perceive it by filling in the gaps or holes or whatever with what we want to see, what we want to experience, not express, experience. So this is And I'm going to say for some people, it's like being in denial that there are some problems that are going on and choosing to act as if those problems do not exist. Okay. It's not, you're not being a bad person. It's not being anything, negative or positive on here. It is simply addressing that we are not respecting. I like that. We're not respecting the authenticity that people are showing us. Okay, so yeah, that's the most loving way I can say is that people are showing you true colors and you're choosing not to recognize the true colors. And probably because it's not what you want to see in that other person. All right, now this is about healing family lines, and this is about freeing yourselves from secrets and discovering the hidden treasure of your heritage, or who you come from, who you are, where you come from, who you come from, etc. And it's going to play a lot into the energy with this one about refusing, or denying the authentic truth or the authentic self. And then when we focus on this is, what? It's time to fix that stuff. It is time to fix that stuff. Whether it is your family by blood or your family by love, it doesn't make a difference. What it's looking at through here is that we have been the ones that have been choosing not to be allowing the authenticity of others' self to come through, that we kind of place them in this energy or a field that downplays any of the negative, and that we feel like, and I'm going to say it's kind of like this, we feel like we're being really unconditional because we're allowing those negative behaviors and etc. to happen. Okay? When in all actuality, what we are doing is we are hindering that person's growth by not, and when I'm going to say accept, it's not accept, by not acknowledging their authentic self. So some of this has to do with the fact that when you acknowledge their authentic self, that it allows for true healing, and that's where this healing family lines comes through. We're not allowing things to heal when we don't acknowledge what authentically exists. And in the end, this is about letting go of those accountabilities and responsibilities that don't belong to you. And some of that, I'm going to say, ties back into the people that we're not giving them the opportunity for them to heal, that we are, kind of prohibiting or downplaying their authenticity and shooing it off to the side, that we haven't allowed them to heal and we're still connected in with that negative vibration. But this end result here states that when we acknowledge their authenticity, even when it's negative or not what we really wanted to hear or see, that we also end with this, that we're going to be able to let go of our own personally inflicted accountability in the minutia or actions of others. Okay, so that means that we can't sit here and sometimes, baby, or what's the word I want to use? You can't sit there and sometimes, baby and try to fix other people's things. Sometimes they need to be held accountable just by us releasing our own accountability so that they can become in a state of balance, a state of healing, a state of being strong and independent with whom they are. And if we're coddling that along and not letting them be authentic the way they need to be authentic, not only are we holding our own growth back, but we're holding their growth as well. So I hope you enjoyed this week's energy forecast. I was kind of hoping it would talk about UFOs. But I don't think they're going to talk about UFOs, not right now. So maybe later on. Peace, love, harmony. Don't forget, love this video. Comment something cool. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and follow. Peace.